lot like Friesians. Friesians are kind of like the Labradors of the horse world, I call them. You know, they're just like lovey-dovey. They're not that push. Well, they are pushy. I won't say that. But they're free to have. But what I'm going to do now is start with the connection game. So this is what you guys are going to all start with, okay? So you need a round pin to do it. Does everybody have a round pin at home? Okay. So she's not connected to me right now. Like, she's off completely ignoring me, right? So I'm going to tell her, fine, just leave then. Bye. Hey, Scout, could you take the metal cups off? I don't want a horse to touch her leg. Okay. So see how I'm not begging her. I'm like, if you're going to leave me, I see now she's looking at me. And she was for a second. So what I'm going to do, then you can move your feet a little bit. She's like, I'm going to go hide behind Scout. It's not just Romeo. Yeah, it's not just Romeo. I know. It has something to do with big black horses, I think. Watch out. She's coming for you. Okay. So she tries to hang out with y'all. Just swish her away. There. So see how they move? They're really smooth. They're almost like a gaited horse. So what I'm going to do is when she goes through this spot, I'm going to make it the bad spot if she makes it over here. Okay, so now she's connected to me. See how she just looked at me? So now I'm going to make a big arc towards her hindquarters. So I don't go right up to her head. I'm going to go up here. And if she leaves, I'm going to go fine. Good. Now I'm going to come back to the middle. Good. Good. So, okay. So now she's coming to me. So see how she's choosing to come to me. Good girl. No, we're not getting a cookie. Now, if she had gotten, she'll probably disconnect again. Okay. But if she does, I'll show you the hit the spot, or I'm sure I'll have plenty of opportunity with y'all's horses. See how she went over here, this piece of wood? This is her parking spot. So in Liberty, it's really important. It's important just in training to have a parking spot. This is where the horse has no pressure, okay? So when I would do those big demos with you know, the Pirellis, I would have a pedestal. And when Buckley felt like there's a lot of pressure from the crowd, I'd send him to it so he could kind of rest. Because he was innately an introvert, so it really buzzed him to have all those people like clapping and stuff. And he would just sit there and kind of recalibrate, and then he'd go again. Does that make sense? So that's all she did was she goes, oh, I'm going to go where there's no pressure. I'm going to go to my parking spot. So this is another thing that you want to have in your round pin is a piece of wood. And you want to teach them when they put their feet on it, step up. There's no pressure. Come on. You know how to do it. Good girl. There. Good. So now I'm going to see, can I do something? Can I test the connection now? So I'm going to test it by just putting my stick and string over. And I want her to see that this isn't pressure if I have no energy. So that's another big thing about using your tools. When you use your stick and string and you have no energy behind it, it is not pressure. And it's really important that your horse learns that this is not pressure, okay? This is just nice and friendly. Good. You see she's on her little spot. Now I'm going to see if she'll follow me. So this is kind of the next thing is what we call stick to me. She's like, no, I'm going to stay on my parking spot. So she's going to leave, so I go, fine. There you go. Okay, do you want to come back? So this is going to be the bad spot right here. Okay. So what's going to happen is she's going to say, I better not go through that spot. And she'll turn and face me instead, which will make her think. So she's going to hang out by the jump now. We've been jumping at Liberty this week, so she's saying, hey, I'll come do this. Good. Good. You want to walk with me? Good. 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 So now she's connected to me. Now she's sticking with me. Good girl. Good. Good. So watch her ear. See how her inside ear is connected to me? That's what I want. Good. Okay. I know you want to go over that jump. Good girl. So now I'm going to see if I can yield her hindquarters. Good girl. So see how I just looked at her hindquarters? She turned and faced me. So I'm going to test that. Test that. Good. I'm going to test it over here too. Good girl. Okay, so that's the first thing. Can I yield her hindquarters? Can I yield her front end? Good. Bring her to me. So if she doesn't come, I can kind of do a slight little yield. Good. She thinks that's her parking spot because it looks like it. It's good girl. Good girl. So now you can have a cookie. So if you're noticing how she's like, see how when she went up to that and she looked at it and she kind of looked at me, she asked a question. She said, should I step on that? That's the kind of communication you want with your horse. You want them to be going, is this what you want? Or is this what you want? You don't want them just to make assumptions. Pat used to call them assumptions. Like, you want them to go, what do you want to do next? So now, I have a lot of horses here right now that are really like 3 years old, and they all have a little ADD. Oh, there's one right there untied itself. ADD. Roo, where are you going? Good. Good. So see how I kind of disengaged her and got her coming to me. Good. So once I've got my yield, hind end, front end, I'm going to see if I can move her shoulder. So I'm going to do that with a little bit of squeeze game. So once I do this, a couple things with her, I'm going to show you these things online so you guys can practice them online. So see, I'm looking at her hindquarters. Good girl. I'm squeezing her between me and this. So I'm moving her shoulder. That's my final yield. Good. And now I'm moving her hindquarters. Good girl. This is probably the most important exercise you can do with your horse. This is what you're going to do to put them in a horse trailer, to go through like obstacles. You're going to squeeze them in that thing. Like, you know, when you go in a trailer, they're squeezing in it, or they're going through something, under something, or over something. Horses hate doing that stuff because they're claustrophobic very naturally, right? They don't want to get caught in something. They're prey animals. So you have to teach them that it's okay to go through things and under things, okay? That's like your job as their human. So I'm going to do it again. I'm sending her shoulder. Good. 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 Good girl. There we go. Now she, as you can see, is a very food-motivated horse. She will do anything for a cookie, but if I give her too many, she won't think about anything else. Does anyone have a horse like that they get food obsessive? Yeah, so it's really important you know who I'm talking to, Caitlin, that you don't give them cookies. I told Caitlin, she's like, what can I bring for my horse? You know, she's visiting this weekend from Tennessee. And I said, some cookies. She brought like 30 assortments. I'm like, don't need to give them all cookies. I mean, I do give them cookies, but operantly. So now I'm going to turn that squeeze into a little circle. Good. Good. So I'm just looking, see how I'm looking at the hindquarters? That's how I get them to start doing a small circle around me. Good job. Whoops, all caught up in my string. Good. Good. And good girl. Why don't we put the cups back on now, Scout? Sorry, I made you check them off. I just don't like them sticking out like that when you're moving the horse because they could cut their leg. And with as many horses as I have here, we try to avoid all accidents. And as we all know, horses have two ideas every morning: homicide and suicide. Now we're going to do a little sideways.
I don't have any oranges.
She's like, I'll take anything. So that was a little sideways. I moved the shoulder and the hindquarters. And that sideways towards me. She's learning that. Now that's a really good one for getting on. So I teach them to come sideways and pick me up at the mounting block, which is great. It makes it very easy. When I have a horse in training, they stand like a statue at the mounting block, because you know how many horses get, or not horses, people get injured at the mounting block because they get on and the horse walks off and the person goes plop. So it's very important that they see that mounting block is a sweet spot. So I'm going to come over here, and she's been asking to jump, so we're going to do that. So I'm going to show you guys how to teach them how to hunt the jump. Okay, you might need a little bit more speed for that. Don't pull a George. I have this really funny horse named George, and he did that, and I knew he couldn't jump it from a standstill. So he just walked through it, and he looked at me for a cookie. I was like, no, you need to put a little effort in, George. Come on, you can do it. Don't you even go through there. Oh. No, that was not very well done. No, it was not. Okay, look. Yeah, she doesn't exactly have a grand future here. So we're going to do that again. We're going to do that a little bit better. Come on, move your feet a little. Don't you, Dori? Okay. Maybe lower it a little bit, or she's like, yeah, lower it a little bit. Make it a cross rail. I'm not a jumper. No, you're not getting anything for that. Come on. Don't step on Scout. Go on. There, thank you very much. She can jump. She's just not doing it. So I don't reward that because she has to try a little harder. Go. Whoa. Are you ready? She's coming. Well, now, she got scared because you were there. Huh? She likes Raven, yeah. They're buddies. Okay. No, you can. She's setting the bar low for y'all's horses, so if they don't jump it, it's okay. Huh? Hey. Oh, yay! So what I do is when I'm teaching them this behavior, I take all the pressure off right when they do it. So see how she keeps turning even when she walks through it and bulldozes? She looks at me like, ta-da, I did it. I'm like, no, you didn't do it that well. So anyway, so those are a few things we're going to work on today. And then if you guys have anything in particular, we can do that too. I'm going to show you a few things online. Is there a 22-foot line right here? Yeah, there's that white one. Oh yeah, I'm so glad it's not sunny. It's so nice outside right now. Thank you. Okay. Now, you probably don't, if you haven't worked with one of these ropes, you don't want to work with the 22 at first because you'll get all tangled up. That's why I made you sign the liability form. Just kidding. Okay. You got dragged. So some things you can do online before it's your lesson time is just make sure they're not scared of the stick and string. So you can do a lot of this, rubbing them, this. And if they are scared, rather than like making them stay still and doing it, retreat. This is what builds their confidence. Retreat. Come back. Good girl. Gonna make sure you have your yields. Good. Make sure you can disengage them. So basically all the things I just showed you at Liberty, you want to do them really well online. Like she did a lot of work online doing all those things before I did them at Liberty. Good. So I was working on with Olivia and Carter yesterday in their lesson was doing it all with the belly of the rope on the ground. Because if you can do it with the belly of the rope on the ground, you're ready to do it at Liberty. That's like your safety net as your rope. Nope. Good. Good, just like that. What a good girl. So you can do that. You can do some circling. You can do some jumping. There's going to be a jump over there set up. For circling, we worked on this yesterday with Caitlin. Remember the shoulder, Caitlin? Yep, moving the shoulder.
Remember when I said I lost him and then just came up?
You gave him a cookie? Good girl. Okay, so if you got, who would like to go first? Is there someone who's going to have to like go and then leave pretty quickly? Huh? You, Maureen? Okay, Maureen, and then someone else, because we'll just have someone else kind of ready. You want to go, Kennedy? Okay, so we'll get y'all two, and then who wants to go after that? Okay, you'll go after that. Yeah. You can go with Romeo. He's definitely a gelding. So you two will be next, and then the little third group. Who wants to go? Do you want to go, Angela? Okay, Angela, and you want to go, Lori? Okay, and then you go after that? And then who's left? Okay, and then y'all go after that. Last. Are you okay to go last? Because you look kind of far away. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so anyway, so first up, we're going to take this little monster out. You are such a good girl. Dori, yeah. Okay, you want to put Dori up, and we're going to start. So you guys go get your horses first.
Good job, Dori. So proud of you.
So, yeah. That's what I was going to say. Go ahead, guys. You can get your horses out. You can go in the arena and work them. You can go in obstacle course. So he can focus, yeah. Or you can just watch if you don't do anything with your horses. You don't have to do anything. You could have a mimosa, do whatever you want. Oh, boy.